Welcome to Interesting Ideas for Friday, the 2nd of September. For those of us in the United States, this is a holiday weekend. It is called Labor Day. We are to honor those people who actually make the world work because they work hard. They labor. It's become kind of just a holiday for everybody and kind of perhaps the end of the summertime and oftentimes the beginning of the school year. So it is one of those kind of last summer celebrations in America, and a lot of people look forward to it. So many of you might be listening to this, or you're not because you're going to do something else, but you're listening to it on that particular weekend. Friday is Future Day, but we have decided that since the real need in the future is for leadership, Friday is also Leadership Day, and that's why I chose this incredible topic today, and it is Woman of Steel. Steel and steady. Woman of Steel. Steel and steady. And I begin by asking you this question. Do you know who Tammie Jo Schults is? Tammie Jo Schults. And I'm guessing that most people don't have an idea. But about 4 years ago, you had heard her name. For sure, you had heard her name. Because she is truly a leader, a brave woman, an incredible woman, and we're going to talk about her. She's a woman of steel, nerves of steel. That's the interesting idea for today, and we'll be right back as the program begins right now. Obviously, many people are enjoying the weekend, or they're beginning to, so this is a short presentation, but I hopefully will make it worthwhile for you. Yes, Tammie Jo Schults. Let me tell you a little bit about her, and when I do, many of you will remember her. This is her book. It's called Nerves of Steel, How I Followed My Dreams, Earned My Wings, and Faced My Greatest Challenge. Here's the Amazon description. Nerves of Steel is the captivating true story of Tammie Jo Schults' remarkable life. From growing up the daughter of a humble rancher to breaking through gender barriers as one of the Navy's first female FA-18 Hornet pilots, to safely landing the severely crippled Southwest Airlines 1380 and helping to save the lives of over 148 people. Now, are you remembering that story of about 4 years ago? Well, let me continue with the story. Tammie Jo has spent her entire life loving the skies. Though the odds were against her, she became one of the few female fighter pilots in the Navy. In 1994, after serving her country honorably for 8 years, Tammie Jo left the Navy and joined Southwest Airlines in the early 1990s. On April 17, 2018, Tammie Jo was called to service once again. 20 minutes into a routine domestic flight, Captain Schults was faced with the unthinkable, a catastrophic engine failure in the Boeing 737 caused an explosion that punctured hydraulic lines and severed fuel lines, tearing away sections of the plane and literally puncturing a window and taking a woman's life. Captain Schults and her first officer, Darren Ellison, struggled to stabilize the aircraft. Drawing deeply from her will of experience and her well of experience, Tammie Jo was able to wrestle the severely damaged 737 safely to the ground. She was not originally scheduled for that flight. So there is no doubt God had prepared her and placed her right where she needed to be that day. Now, do you remember Tammie Jo Schults? Well, many of us remember that tragic story. I mean, it's a heroic and wonderful story, but of course one of the very sad things about it is there was also a profile of a woman literally just sitting, enjoying the flight, and she was right in the wrong place when one of those terrible pieces of shrapnel from the exploding plane blew a hole in the plane right where she was sitting, and she was blown out and killed. However, because of Tammie Jo, over 150 people who probably should have died and could have died and probably would have died, her ability to bring that plane back saved many lives. The thing that caught me is I had listened to a program from a man who talked about steadiness, the virtue of steadiness. In this day and age, that almost spiritual quality of no matter what, you remain calm, steady as she goes. Now, the thing that was most amazing was, perhaps you remember, that this whole episode and the conversation with the flight guys who taking care of all that, the conversation, she was calm. People said it was incredible. This is a panic place, and she remained very steady, very calm. And many people said, who knew her, yep, that's Tammy, all right. Steady, 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 strong, strong, strong. And she brings the plane in, and lives are saved. So, steadiness, woman of steel. Obviously, a real leader. And I oftentimes want to say right now that particularly on this Labor Day, and because we talk about leaders right now, it is obvious in our nation today that we have an incredible lack of leadership in so many institutions. And as I was talking about this with one of my friends about Tammie Jo, one of the comments was, maybe she could run for office. Maybe she could run for president. Yeah. A life of accomplishment, hard life, raised on a ranch, tough living, hard living, broke barriers, worked hard. Obviously, she had to be really good. And then a pilot of a major airline. And I loved the expression that you caught. Supposedly, she was not supposed to be on that flight, but as the description said, it turned out to be what? She was the right person in the right place at the right time. Absolutely. And perhaps God had put her there. Do you believe in such things? God had put her there. A woman of steel, a woman of great faith and courage, of nerves of steel, just happened to be there that day. Well, I love that expression. So may I just simply say, keep that in mind. And let's take a few moments just to think about that, and then let's put it together with leadership and see where it leads us on this Labor Day weekend. I'm Stan Houston. Interesting people for sure, and interesting ideas. We'll be right back. We need more leaders. We need good leaders. And you know what? We need good laborers. That's right. People who actually work hard for a living. The other day, I came out of the office and there were 3 men working extremely hard. There was a part of the curbing of the sidewalk next to our little office, and they were tearing up the ragged part of it. They were using this incredible tool, chopping it up, working hard, keeping the tool cool, all over dust, dirt, mess, water, and they tore out that old piece of concrete, and then they called in the cement truck, put down the forms, the cement came down, and they formed it nicely and worked hard and got it right. And then the next few hours when I came back, there's that beautiful piece of sidewalk all fixed, looking nicely, and of course, they did it. Laborers did that. Men who work hard to fix things. And here's the key. What you need is good leaders, but you also need good laborers. And there's nothing that makes the leader more important necessarily than the laborer, because good leaders without good laborers are in trouble. And good laborers need good leaders to help them better organize their work and make sure they have the right resources for their work. Good leaders and good laborers give us both in a degree unbeknownst to any time before, because we certainly need them now. And I want to make sure that all of us, those are people like me who primarily, as we say, we work with ideas and we work with those things. I always want to remember and admire and thank those men and women who have the ability to fix things, repair things, and make things, who labor at it, and they are far better than me at it, and I'm grateful for them. And whenever I can, I thank them for doing good work. Doing good work. That's a good thing to remember. Labor Day should be a time where we reunite our ways of thinking to say, going forward, in the new laboring year, back to school, back to work, summer is done, time to go. It's time to do good work and to do good leadership. And that's a little prayer I'd like to put in front of us. If you are a leader, and remember this program is only for leaders, but some of you snuck in, that's fine. Okay, here we go. Lord, God. Well, if you can't even address it that way, say the prayer. It'll work. It'll still be good. Help me to be in the right place at the right time, doing the right thing. Help me to be in the right place at the right time, doing the right thing. Make that perhaps a thought for today and maybe every day. Perhaps I can help you. I would admire your work for sure, and I would be glad to see if I could help you do it better. So why don't you reach out to me at stanhouston@gmail.com, stanhouston@gmail.com, and see if perhaps we can make things work better. If you'd like to learn how to reach an audience, there's something I do well. I can help you use the modern media to reach your audience and to engage and connect with them. Hopefully fruitful and profitable work. Reach out to me, as I said, at stanhouston@gmail.com, stanhouston@gmail.com. See What It Takes Radio at witradio.net, witradio.net. That's it for today. I hope that you will have a day of hope, and perhaps make a resolution at this time that in the work you do and the life you live, you're going to try and bring more hope into the world. We need that. We need it a lot. Best and blessings, and bye for now.